So I know I said this wouldn't be coming out on the main channel, but instead on the Fraternacons, due to how the low viewership of the Q&A parts was causing YouTube to punish me. But it's been long enough, sorry about that, and I've recovered enough to let one video fail to meet the algorithm's high expectations for my channel. And I'm grateful to have this already recorded, because due to a series of appointments I've had, I've probably gotten around 9 hours of sleep across the last 3 days in total. Originally, I was going to do the What's the Best Kingdom Wave 3 video today, but I just don't have the strength to do something that difficult or even just a regular review. Sorry to disappoint you all, I know some of you were really looking forward to that one, but I'll just have to do it next Sunday. Anyways, this is part 3 of a Q&A I did. You technically don't need to see the other 2 parts to understand what's happening with this one. There really isn't any context to this other than answering people's questions. So, if you want to see what led to this video, I'll link to the other installments in the description. But it's not vital to your enjoyment of this. Thank you for 4,000 subscribers and now almost 5,000. And sorry this is so late.
JDTill9637. Going by the profile pic, I would say that is Ignite right there. Happy anniversary. What characters would you want in the Legacy line? What characters would I want in the Legacy line? Like, am I allowed to just pick from anywhere? I mean, I'm always begging for more Grimlocks. I love Grimlock. Another new Dinobot would be awesome. Characters I want in the Legacy line. I kind of want everyone, you know. Who would I put? Like, I have to pick figures. What would I pick? It's kind of hard because so many people, so many characters got figures recently. So what would I pick? Trigger Happy. Oh man, I don't know who I would pick because it's hard to go like run through my mind palace and like find the figures that weren't made recently. So the Legacy line. What would I throw in there? I'd probably throw in like the entire DJD. I put the DJD in there. Honestly, pretty much anything from IDW that hasn't gotten a figure yet, which is a lot. You know, Nautica, I put in there. If I was going for animated characters, I'd you know, obviously you'd have to do Prime and whatnot. I'm having a hard time with that. I think I'd have a better answer for you, but there's just too much mental junk to wade through, and like so many figures, it's like, wait, but this just happened. This just happened. With who am I missing? So yeah, I'll just say that the DJD very specifically, and the rest of the IDW cast would be probably my choice. If I could just stick whatever I wanted in there. And like, I probably made this question way too open-ended on my behalf, but that is who comes to mind right now. Affectionate Ask 3499. Who inspired you to do this YouTube junk? No one inspired me. Like I said, there are people I have taken elements from, but there is no other channel that I look to and I'm like, yes, I made my channel because that person did it and I saw that they could do it, or because I wanted to do it to be like them. I did it because I wanted to do this for a very long time and I thought it seemed like fun, but there's not a specific person that I can attribute that feeling to. Firebite27. Happy anniversary, PE. So here are my questions. 1. What are your thoughts on pixel art, retro video game graphics? I mean, I think it's pretty clear that I'm pretty cool with them, considering the fact that I have all these retro consoles. I grew up in the age of retro video games. I love the style. I'm glad it hasn't gone away. If I had to pick, like if reality was like, okay, only one kind of video game can exist anymore, like only new games like this can be made, I would probably pick modern graphic games to continue to get made. But I would be very upset to have to make that choice. I'm very happy that we have the option of still making games in retro styles. I find them endlessly endearing and enjoyable, and I love them. They are great. If you had a choice between getting the HasLab Unicron or the O1 Studio Cell for free, which would you choose? I would choose the HasLab Unicron in a heartbeat because the HasLab Unicron is harder to find and more expensive. And by harder to find, I mean like basically impossible to find, so I would go with that one because I can pretty reliably find a Studio Cell for a lot less. You know, I wouldn't be, since I, wouldn't be like locked out, unless this question is like positing like, hey, you can only get one, but it's free, then which one would you choose? But since it's not saying that, since I could feasibly just buy the other one afterwards, I would very much like to get the more expensive one for free. 3, are there any characters from non-G1 continuities that you would like to see in a movie or new show, animated Bulkhead, IDW Tarn, Cybertron Crumple Zone, etc.? Who would you like to see and why? I would like to see Tarn, I'd like to see the DJD. I honestly feel like a lot of this kind of comes down to the same thing. So I'd like to see Tarn in the DJD, anyone from IDW in a new movie, Waspinator, if that doesn't count. Beast Wars characters, I'd love to see the Beast Wars characters. We're hopefully getting that movie soon. Characters from animated, I'd be glad to see animated Bulkhead. Animated Prowl would be okay. Animated Megatron would be good. A lot of the animated characters. Yeah, basically anyone who hasn't gotten like their time in the spotlight in a while in any kind of like animation or movie format, I'd like to see them end up there. It's a really open question. Yeah, I guess just all those characters. I guess everyone. I know it's a cheap answer, but I want to see everyone. Are there any toy-only characters from Beast Wars that you would like to see updated in Generations? Again, I'm just going to go with everyone. I want all of the toys from Beast Wars updated into Generations. I would love to see that. I'm not trying to flex here, but I literally had every single Beast Wars toy, like even the mutants and everything like that. So like I had them all, and I would love to see them all get remade. I loved those toys as a kid, and I would like to love them again as an adult. King Kyle 5. Hey, Perspective, it's me. I figured. Why do you hate the art style of Transformers Animated? Well, like I said before, Animated was designed to be cheap. It was not designed to be stylized. The stylization was chosen to excuse the cheapness. It's not animated that way for any reason like artistic integrity. It was done to be just dirt fucking cheap. Aside from that, I do not like the exaggerated chins. The exaggerated chins I find to be absolutely hideous. Optimus Prime has that tiny mouth, like all the way up, like just basically between his eyes. It looks awful. Optimus Prime should never have a mouth, ever, ever, ever. Optimus Prime should always have a faceplate. I will not take arguments to the contrary on that. But that was the worst possible thing. Well, I mean, I suppose also the monkey Optimus Prime mouth that's like on the bottom of his chin from the movies is just as bad. But yeah, I hated the chins. The chins are they just look stupid. They look like a parody, and they're awful. I don't have anything against like anime style, but it was like a pretender to anime styles. So that was kind of weird. And just the exaggerated proportions, I just never thought they looked cool. Because they're just too far into exaggeration at that point. So that always just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And they also always looked like, man, those look like a bitch to those don't look like they're going to translate very well to toys. And to be fair to the toy designers, they did a good job actually getting those designs to work in reality. But at the same time, it's just it was too stylized. It was a bridge too far for me, and I would have preferred if they just dialed back the stylization like 30%. Like keep it real stylized. Keep it like I don't need it to look exactly like G1, but it was just too much for me. What do you think of my art? Well, as I don't have any right in front of me, I'll just have to go off memory. I think your art looks quite promising. You managed to capture like the roundness of objects. So all of your Five Nights at Freddy's drawings that I saw looked very much actually like the Five Nights at Freddy's CGI models. So that was very good, and I'd say keep at the art. Here at DeviantArt.com/KingKyle5, and it's spelled exactly how it sounds. So if you want to check them out, that is the address. Rio, capital R, capital E, capital O, SSEAU. Riosu? Hello, Mr. PerspectiveEnd. I just entered your community after watching your reviews. I binged all your rants of the Netflix and Machinima series, and I laughed my ass off. I'm glad to hear that. Very excellent. Thank you. Very excellent content combined with your opinions on figures that are much more critical than the average toy reviewer. Yeah, it looks good. I like it. Reviews. Anyway, thank you. My questions are, what are your top 3 Transformers shows? Mine are Beast Wars, Animated, and Prime. For myself, I'm going to have to go with Beast Wars, G1, and Animated. I know a lot of people like to, dunk on G1 for being silly and old school and whatnot, but it's just got that, it's got a charm to it. What are your thoughts about the Prime cartoon? I've heard you have an okay perspective on the designs and the problem with the handguns. What's your opinion on the show as a whole? Mostly the Decepticons, who are the best part of it, honestly. Yes, I will absolutely agree. The Decepticons are, for the most part, the best part of that whole show. But as I said before, I will talk about that later in a separate video after we hit 10,000 subscribers. So if you want to see that video sooner, continue to share these videos. And if we have not hit 9,000 subscribers, well, then this section is going to come out way later. But yeah, as a toy reviewer yourself, and a good one at that, flattery will get you everywhere. Do you think Hasbro will remodel the Scramble City Combiners to look more show accurate, like how they made the models during that trilogy that are now obsolete because Siege, in a way, Earthrise had blown them out of the water? They aren't bad figures, they just need to be remolded. Well, I think what you're asking is that, like, are they going to redo all of the Scramble City Combiners that they just did again with Combiner Wars? And the answer is yes. We have links already saying that they're working on Motormaster. They need to constantly use those names because I think copyright runs out every 4 years and it is about to hit that point. So we are going to start seeing the Scramble City Combiners again in order for them to keep their copyrights on the names, and they are going to be Commander class as the core, and I think Voyagers for all the limbs, but I could be mistaken there. Keep up the good content, as your review literally prompted me to donate my kidney to get Skyfire. I can't tell. I'm unsure if that is a joke, and if it's not a joke, don't do that, people. Please do not donate your organs for toys. Like the toy is amazing. Don't get me wrong, but like, yeah, do not do harm to your bodies in their ability to continue to function in order to buy toys. I I really hope you're joking with that. I like not to like crap on your decision, but if like please don't do that. Do not harm yourself for toys. Like I do agree this is the best War for Cybertron figure Hasbro ever made in a long time. It's great. I really hope that's joking. I hope you're doing well. Vector Prime SM. Happy anniversary. This might be a stupid question, but what exactly don't you like about Earthrise Titan class Scorponok? Apart from it being a giant headmaster, you've clearly shown a distaste for it in your videos. I own the thing, and to be frank, it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not a bad figure either. Yeah, the base mode is whatever. Yes, it has a part-forming shield. The absence of which doesn't hinder the look that much, but still. But other than that, the figure isn't bad, so what makes you hate it so much? Thanks for making my life a little bit happier. Well, I am happy to make your life happier. Simply put, it's a pretty shallow reason. I just think it's ugly as hell. I think it's ugly and gaudy. I don't like the giant scorpion hands. I don't care about the character at all. The character is really mostly only from the Rebirth, which as a kid I hated, and I have not bothered to rewatch because, like, who wants to watch Season 3 and onward of G1? And outside of that, like, he's only big in the Japanese Transformers, which you all know my opinions on the Japanese Transformers. I have no connection to the character, and I just think it's really, really ugly. Like, I just don't like the look of it. It's just gaudy as hell. The green and the purple, it's just, I just don't find it cool looking or interesting. It might be a perfectly good figure. I'm sure it is a good figure. I just don't like looking at it, and honestly, I don't have the space for it anyways. So honestly, I'm just kind of happy to not have something that I want in that monstrous size class. Hey, this is Mixmaster. Do you mind if I make PerspectiveEnd clips on TikTok where I go through your videos and find funny clips? I'm going to tell you all what I told him because I just responded to this in the comments. Feel free to do anything like that. If you guys want to take clips from me and use them however you wish, then please, you have my full support. Yeah, just go nuts. If you want to use any of my clips, any of my videos, you want to take them, recontextualize them, do stuff with them, I am happy to let you do that. I am not worried about it. Unless you like post the whole thing just again with like, and pretend that it's you, which I don't think anyone is going to do. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with you guys using whatever you want from my videos. Go nuts. Average Reddit fan. I'm under the impression that you don't like Transformers Prime, besides Wheeljack, who I also really don't like, my least favorite character from the whole show, including the movie. What don't you like, and what would you change? Well, you know I'm not a fan of Miko. I will say that Optimus Prime in Transformers Prime is a millstone around the neck of that show. He is so unbelievably boring. He has no personality, and they play it for jokes, and I'm so sick of the Optimus Prime has no emotions meme that started because people didn't realize that the movie wasn't the be-all end-all of everything Transformers. The movie is great. I love the movie, but like Optimus Prime didn't have a personality in that, not because Optimus Prime never had a personality before, but because Optimus Prime was in the movie for like 3 minutes during a horrible battle where he had to take charge and didn't have a chance to really act out much personality. It's not that Optimus Prime doesn't have a personality, it's that there was just no time for it to be shown there. And Optimus Prime just being this boring guy who's like, oh man, Primes don't have a sense of humor, don't you understand, stupid human? And it's like, excuse me, no, Prime absolutely had a sense of humor, Prime was funny, he joked around, and just seeing this fucking, like, he's more robotic than robots in other media. And he's supposed to be a sentient being with a soul and everything, and it's just like, wow, this version of Prime just does, like he's not even bad, he's nothing. He's just this block in the show that might as well be a perfect cube, and I just can't care about the titular character of the whole show because he's just so emotionless and dull. Even when he becomes Orion Pax again, he still doesn't have any fucking emotions, and I'm just so bored with him. And it's just, Optimus Prime, they needed to give some kind of personality, and they just refused because there's a stupid, like, meme. And it's not even like, it's a meme in, like, the original sense. Like, it's not a meme in the joke sense. It's a meme in the, it's an idea that has pervaded society definition. Burns the Furnace. Are you going to review Kingdom Rodimus? Also, yes, I am going to review Kingdom Rodimus. Also, did you hear about the rumors that are saying the Decepticons won't appear in the Rise of the Beasts because it will continue the crappy Bay movies? I'm pretty sure those rumors have been disproven. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure there are confirmed Decepticons in the movie at this point. I haven't kept up really since I made the video talking about it the first time, but I am under the impression at this point that there will in fact be Decepticons. Brett Ben 1990. Happy channel anniversary. Any plans on doing a collab with a fellow Transformers reviewer? Yes, I've actually had a couple planned for a little while now. Technically, I kind of already have done one when I got Brian from T-Fanpage 101 to voice a very small part in one of my videos. That was very nice of him to do. Thank you very much, dude. But I have had two, but I actually do have a few just regular collabs planned with a couple people, though they have not really progressed much more than, hey, yes, let's do this together thing. But yes, I do have plans on doing that. How did you come up with your logo? As I said earlier in a previous video, it is based on Legion, the biblical figure, in a kind of cartoon, superpowered, like superhero, supervillain style, where he would form a magical mask to shield his identity, or I guess their identity, the identity of the host that they had. How did you come up with your channel name? Honestly, I just sat there and I had a brainstorming session to come up with something that sounded memorable. I know that's a really boring answer, but it's the truth. It was a really boring event. I just sat down and was like, what should I call my YouTube channel that people will remember? That way my channel grows and people won't forget who I am. A beautiful 9709. Will you ever have a P.O. box? I do not want one, no. I know that like I could get like free videos out of it by just opening the stuff that you guys send me, and I could you know, get free stuff out of it, but honestly I don't want you guys to waste your money on me. I don't want to take your stuff. I don't want you to send me your figures and, you know, have you either expect me to keep them, because like one of my greatest regrets is actually getting rid of like my stuff from when I was younger. And I don't want you sending me your stuff with the expectation that I will send it back to you, because that would just cost you money. A lot of times when a lot of people have offered to send me stuff that I could like send back to them, like lend me stuff for reviews, and it's like it would just be cheaper for me to buy the thing on my own than it would be for you to send me something and then have it sent back. And I am not comfortable with wasting you guys' money. In case anyone hadn't noticed yet, I have not opened a Patreon yet because I am uncomfortable with you guys wasting your money on me, especially in this time. You guys kind of need your money right now more than ever, and I just, yeah, I don't, so yeah, I don't think I will open a P.O. box. That's a very long-winded answer, but yeah, I'm not very comfortable with you guys wasting your money on me. Tannen Cock. How do you feel about the Transformers community? Thoughts on you? Does it ever demotivate you? Have you ever changed anything based on their thoughts? Love your content. Keep up the good work. I didn't know that there was a general consensus on me in the Transformers community. I don't pay attention to that. If they like hate me or something like that, fine, let them hate. It doesn't bother me at all. If you ever see someone hating on me, please don't like get in a fight with them or anything over it. Know that it does not bother me. If anything, I'd rather be good to those people and maybe hopefully actually get them to start appreciating what I do here, rather than crapping on them because they disagree with me. Yeah, that's how I would say that is, don't, if you see anyone crapping on me, don't fight them. Just tell them like, hey, you know, he's not as bad as you think, maybe you might actually like their stuff. Either way, all the best. But yeah, if they don't like me, then I don't care. I would like to know where this apparent consensus on my channel can be found. Yeah, I am unconcerned with my broad reputation with the people who may or may not like me. And no, I have never changed my thoughts on something because I thought it would be more popular. I use this channel to say what I want to say, what I feel and believe, what I need to get out of my head for like, you know, mental mental cleansing. So no, I've never changed my thoughts based on what I thought would be either popular or would get people to hate me less. Warp Switch. Happy anniversary. Here's my question. Will we ever get a face reveal of your brother? If I can eventually wear him down and get him to do it, I would be happy to do a face reveal for him, but he has not given the go-ahead on that yet. 2. What is your opinion on Car Robots RID 2001? Okay, 3 and 4. Okay, so those are different questions. What are my opinions on Car Robots / RID 2001? At the time, I was very excited to see it. I was very happy to be getting a new Transformers show about cars. I loved the animal era, but I was excited to see cars, and I thought it was a cool idea to have the like Autobots fighting the Fraternacons. At the same time, when the show came out, I was really unimpressed with it, and I was young when the show came out. I was still a kid when the show came out, and I was like, man, this sucks. And I have not bothered to watch it again since I figure it probably doesn't hold up. Yeah, I did not enjoy that show as a kid. 3 and 4, have you ever watched Transformers Cyber Missions before, and if so, what's your opinion on it? Isn't Cyber Missions like that absolutely abysmal just joke of a show that like sucks beyond all belief? Like they animated it like absolute dog crap, and yeah, I've never seen it, but if it's the show that I'm thinking of, it makes, you know, Transformers Earthrise look like a goddamn masterpiece. Goblin Ivan 26. Happy anniversary, PE. My question for you is, would you like for the Transformers toys to be accurate to their respective show as they can be? Example, Siege toys not being accurate to, Siege toys being accurate to the Siege series. I prefer accuracy to what they're typically in. I do like to see stylization. My real issue with when stylization gets kicked in, like what happened with Kingdom, is that we haven't gotten accurate takes in 20 years, and we may never get them again. And I would much rather, in that situation, get an accurate, definitive take on the character than a stylized one. But if we like just had the accurate take, you know, if we had the accurate take 2-3 years ago, like back during not War for Cybertron, back during the Prime Wars trilogy or something, we got like an accurate set of Beast Wars, I would have been very happy to see a stylized take. I just think that if we have not gotten an accurate take, then an accurate take should take precedence over the stylized one. Finn the Protogen. Question. Why do you speak so fast? Is it edited or not? Well, I speak so fast because I like to keep my videos short, and I have been playing coy with this a very long time now, but I will finally confirm, yes, my videos are edited to be fast. I am absolutely very much a motor mouth in real life. I can talk incredibly fast. A lot of people tell me to slow down all the time, but reading scripts bleeds the ever-loving dick out of the enthusiasm in my voice, and it really slows me down. I'm not good at reading scripts. Scripts mess me up when I'm trying to talk, and it really, really hurts the speed at which I can go. If I was to talk about something in real life, I could probably get it done in 15 minutes. Meanwhile, I'll read it off the script and do it in 20 to 25, and I sound stupid and like I don't know what I'm saying. So I do, in fact, go in and I cut out like all the pauses for air and all the hemming and hawing that I can do. And like if any two words are too far apart, then I'll move them closer together. There's a lot of work just going into getting the audio into a workable format, and then from there I will in fact go in and use a special program to speed up the audio to 1.5 speed. A lot of people think I'm going at 2.0 speed. No, that's 1.5. I really enjoyed the blur memes and whatnot, but at the same time, yeah, I do in fact edit the audio. Though if I weren't reading off the script, and I was in the zone, I would probably talk about as fast as I can in my videos. CXR Sun Kira Vivo. Happy anniversary Perspective. I'm happy for you reaching this far and accomplishing what you've accomplished in the previous year. I'm looking forward to where this channel goes in the future. Thank you very much, and I am very excited to see that myself. I have a few questions about how you think of the newest Leaf figures, but I imagine you'll do a new video on them within the coming weeks. My main question is this: are you still planning on doing a Building a Better Earthrise video? I've watched the improvements to Siege a few times, and I've been waiting to see how the story continues, and eventually how it ends up. If you're not planning on making any more, I'll understand, but I hope it does end up happening in the future. Yes, I absolutely plan on doing another one. They do take more time. They are a lot of effort to make. I mean, I say that only knowing that I made one before and it was very hard to make. But the main issue was that I just didn't know where Earthrise was going and, like, you know, where it was going to end up in Kingdom. I didn't know what the important elements of Earthrise were. You know, what exactly do I need to have happen in Earthrise so that way I can like reference it in Kingdom, because I didn't want to just kind of go off into this complete fantasy land of the story that I would have written because I just wanted to write a Transformers story. I didn't want to like come up with a complete another fabrication of my own. I wanted to fix the story that they made. And I couldn't do that by just making my own story. So now that I know where it goes, I can accurately put the elements that need to be there in. It's actually kind of funny. It turned out so bad in the end that I might just end up doing that. I might just say like, screw this. This wasn't it, Chief, and I need to completely throw it out to get a working version of this. It'll certainly be way better than Earthrise that Netflix gave us. Thank you for the vote of confidence. Either way, I'm proud of you. Thank you. Either way, I'm proud of you, man. Keep up the great work. I will. My YouTube handle is Josuke, a word that I never bothered to read. I recognize you from the icon you used. Asphyxia. Caps lock with a dash between every single letter. Damn, how much time does it take to answer all these comments? It usually takes me on days where I post a video, that's where I'll get the main bulk of comments, and on days where I post a video, it usually takes me about 8 hours to respond to all comments, and then if it's a regular day in between the postings, I'll usually get 30 to 40 comments, and that can take me an hour, like throughout the day, to respond to all those. So that is how long that takes me. Derek James. Derek James. What is your opinion on Power of the Prime's Optimal Optimus with the DNA design upgrade kits? Isn't that just like a set of guns for him? I think the Power of the Prime's Optimal Optimus is very good, and I think it's kind of the reason why they were not planning on doing a Commander class figure for Optimal Optimus, because that is very, very close to just what it's supposed to be with the thing of kibble on its back. It's about the size it should be for that. I think it's pretty good, and I like all the extra little details that they threw into it, like he's a monkey on a skateboard, even though he is not that version of Prime. I like that figure a lot. The Mandalorian, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. Here's my question. 1. List one thing you like about the Bayverse. There is not one thing I like about Bayverse. Bayverse is a terrible, 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 terrible thing. I hate everything from the music, to the acting, to the actors, to the characters, to these plots, to the shots and composition, to the pacing. I loathe every element of them. If I have to say one nice thing, I will say that Barricade's design in the third movie was a decent, interesting design, and I'm glad to see it incorporated into further Transformers media. What is the best figure you own? Well, that would be telling now, isn't it? Because I need to do a what's the best at some point, and if I tell you what the best figure I own is, then that would be just kind of ruining what the ultimate reveal of that video is. And you might guess that it's the Masterpiece Soundwave, and you might be right. Fartfast asks, what got you into collecting, and what was your first figure? Like I said, you know, I started collecting as a wee baby. My first figure is probably either a G1 Optimus Prime, which would have been a re-release at the time, or a G1 Slag, which I think was a hand-me-down. The G1 Slag is what I remember being the first figure, but I very much it very much could have been the Optimus. I think it was the Slag, though. I'm pretty sure it was the Slag. And then one of my earliest figures was like BB and Starscream. It was like the big stealth bomber, and then the little jet that plugged into the back of it. I loved that thing. That thing was really cool. And I remember actually, like, I was so young that this can't be right. It's just like a tainted memory. But yeah, I remember finding it like on a table at Home Depot and being like shocked that it was there. And we bought it. Yeah, it's a strange memory. Maybe at one point Home Depot just did have like a shipment of toys for some reason. They were like, we'll put these Transformers toys out on the table. But I remember those being some of my first Transformers figures. Negative. What is your favorite figure of your favorite character in Transformers? My favorite figure of my favorite character from Transformers, since that would be Dinobot, my favorite figure of that would be the Masterpiece, possibly the original toy. But I'm going to go with the Masterpiece. I don't have the original toy anymore, but I loved the shit out of that thing as a kid. And I still think it's like a decent toy, though it would probably be a legend scale at this point. It is definitely much more primitive. But I loved the original figure, but I will say that the Masterpiece is my favorite toy of my favorite figure. Or of my favorite characters. My favorite toy, my favorite character. Ultra Wave, happy anniversary. What are your thoughts on Beast Machines? I tried rewatching Beast Machines a couple years back. There are a lot of people out there who will tell you that Beast Machines holds up a lot better now that like we're like older, and that like if you just take it as a separate entity from Beast Wars, then it's good. I am not one of those people. Beast Machines sucked ass. Beast Machines is so bad. Oh god, it's ugly. Like sure, the animation is better, but the designs are the ugliest designs that Transformers has ever come up with. Even the Bay films look better than the designs from Transformers Beast Machines, and the story is just. I appreciate that the writer was trying to like do more than just say like, oh, technology is bad, but he clearly had no understanding of the Transformers. He did a lot of stuff that shouldn't happen. It was very nonsensical. It betrayed everything about the characters, and honestly, probably the single worst thing about that whole show is the score. The music in that show is fucking trash. I've never heard a more mind-numbing score. It was like there was like 3 songs in the whole thing. They're all boring as hell or annoying, and they just play them ad nauseum over and over and over and over again, and until I wanted to rip my ears out. I hated listening to that show. Like I hated that score. I've never heard a score I hated more. And I've hated a lot of like musical scores and stuff before. Like I hate the movie score. Like I hate Linkin Park. I hate Linkin Park. They suck. They're so overrated, and I've always despised their music. And yet I would listen to Linkin Park 10 times over before I would ever listen to the fucking trash that came out of Beast Machines. That score drove me up the fucking wall. But at least Jetstorm was pretty awesome. Will you do a what's the best on portrayals of a character in each show, media, or comic? Now that's an interesting thing. I had not considered that. I might just do that. Thank you for the awesome idea, and yeah, we'll see if that happens. If I didn't say it earlier, that was Ultra Wave. Leo Kaiser, 89. Will you bring the cats in for the anniversary? No! This is Porch. He's an adorable little kitten. We caught him on our porch, and that's why he's called Porch. He's the porch cat. He's a sweet and innocent little child, and unfortunately, Bowser is not going to be in this video because Bowser is outside somewhere doing a Bowser thing, and he will be let in whenever he wants to come in. But as of right now, I have Porch. But I am going to have to film this in multiple parts because, yeah, this is turning out too long. I've actually maxed out the card on my camera twice, and the battery on it has died twice, so I will not be able to film Bowser now, but he will show up later if possible.
So if you rub your face directly into the lens, I'll kill you. And here we have Bowser. I had to get a hold of him at a much later date.
Are you ever going to release merch? As I said earlier, if you guys are interested in that, please tell me. I don't know if you guys would want that or not. I didn't think you would, but it seems like you might. And, oh yeah, this Dapper Middle. Wait, didn't you ask that earlier? Anyways, Dapper Middle asks, are you going to release merch? And yeah, I don't know. That's up to you guys, and I need to make some kind of inroads into doing that. I don't know who to talk about getting merch made. I suppose I will have to look into this. Thickest Brickus. What direction do you want the Transformers franchise to take? Like, are we talking toys or the shows or movies or whatever? I would like the franchise to take a direction into good writing. I would like them to start paying people who actually know what the fuck they're doing, and are not just some dumb asshole who doesn't know anything. And I'm not talking like someone who doesn't know anything about Transformers. As time's proven, people who don't know anything about Transformers can actually make great Transformers series. They just have to give a shit. And the last several people have been either stupid or didn't give a shit. They needed to spend more money, and they have been refusing to. So I would like to see them spend more money. If I had the choice of who to pick to write the next Transformers show, I'd pick me. Because I know I have like 3 different Transformers stories like stored up in here, and I know that they would make fantastic shows. I believe in myself, and I would love to do them. I personally just want them to leave G1 alone for a while. Yeah, I mean, I get that. Personally, the stories I would tell would be mostly either they'd be like alterations on G1, not like directly G1, but like, oh hey, here is here's like a siege-esque tale for G1, and here's like how the war started. I've always wanted to like delve into that, but it would not be like the G1 story. It'd be based on that. It'd be like influenced by that, but it wouldn't be G1. I would like to see them do new stuff for the time being, but I would also want to do those stories. Happy anniversary, what's your favorite song and music artist? That is impossible because I have a completely eclectic taste and I don't tend to pay attention to the artist that much. If I like your song, then I like your song, and I listen to your song, and I probably won't seek out more of your music unless I find it by happenstance. It is very rare that I do that, so I just have these really eclectic tastes that I listen to whatever. I'll listen to basically anything. I don't think there's a genre out there that I don't like at least one song from. Yeah, I listen to anything. I do not have a favorite song, and I do not have a favorite artist. Which design in Transformers Animated that you actually like the best? What design in Animated do I like the best? I like Bulkhead's design the best. I think Bulkhead in Animated had a much better design than he did in Prime. It was a much more interesting, more enjoyable take on him, I think. Bulkhead in Prime, like many of the Prime designs, he was dulled down, made much less interesting in the process. What games do you play? Tons. If you're talking like why don't we break this down into like genre? If you're talking multiplayer FPS, I'm a Battlefield player. If you're talking like single player FPS, probably the one I enjoy the most right now is the original Doom, or not the original Doom, but Doom 2016. Doom 2016 I think is better than Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal is a fine game, but Doom 2016 was better. If you're talking like tactics RPG, then we're going to go with Disgaea, which I've always my entire life called Distia. If we're talking regular RPG, what would be my favorite regular RPG? Dragon Quest VIII was great. I don't know, I think it's actually kind of a while since I played a regular RPG. That one, I'll have to come back to that one. If we're talking like a platformer game, what's my favorite platformer game? So my favorite side-scrolling shooter would be Metal Slug. My favorite hack and slash game would be Devil May Cry 3. My favorite third-person shooter would be Resident Evil 4. Maybe the original Dead Space. Anyways, I think that's enough of them. I've given you quite a few of my favorites from individual genres. Oh, that was, by the way, this is Supreme Scum. Supreme Scum asked these last 3 questions, and he has a 4th one. What do you think of me, AMR _, commenting on every video? I am happy to have you comment on absolutely every video. I have no issue with it whatsoever. I am very happy to see the repeat customers. I like seeing new people. I like seeing the old people. If the old people don't comment in long enough, I start to worry about them, worry that something happened to them, because I am a stupid idiot who is like a sad mother hen and gets very afraid for people they haven't seen in a while, because what if they got hurt? Haha, funny Mansa. 1. Do you have any experience with model kits? I have the barest, slightest. I think I made 2 model kits in my entire life. What are your thoughts on Build Trigger from Jay Becker? I have no idea what any of those words meant. 3. What would be your dream masterpiece style figure? Like one that doesn't exist. If you took the Soundwave and you upgrade it the ways I've said before to upgrade it, that could possibly be it. Yeah, I think my dream figure in the masterpiece line almost already exists. And it would be the Soundwave, just with a little bit more articulation and maybe fix his proportions like just slightly, like his arms need to be a little bit bulkier. But yeah, I think my dream figure almost exists. Do you own any Soul of Chigokin toys? I do not. Not a single one. Are you ever planning on reviewing non-Transformers figures? I would love to do that. I plan to do that every now and then, but I have not found the opportunity to. And whenever I have gotten something that I think I might do, something like a lot of other stuff will just suddenly preempt it, and I have not had the opportunity. I am not opposed to it, but I have not had the chance to do it yet. Favorite IDW characters, like the IDW versions of them. IDW Cyclonus is awesome. I love IDW Cyclonus. IDW Prime is interesting when he is like the cop version. I love the young IDW Prime. Favorite IDW characters, that would be the Scavengers. Yeah, hands down. Scavengers are my favorite. Every time they are on screen, I am living. All right, final page. Finally down to the final page. Soundwave 0309. Happy anniversary. Thank you. Question: why is your name PerspectiveEnd? answered that several times. It sounded marketable. It sounded memorable. It sounded like something that people would like hear and be like, I'm not going to forget that name anytime soon. I spent a long time brainstorming it up, and I'm not exactly thrilled with it, but I think it worked. Napuri Hey. 1. Slightly personal question. How tall are you? I am exactly 6 foot tall. I ruptured 2 discs in my back, and the doctor told me that I should have lost about half an inch, but since I ruptured those 2 discs in my back, I have had doctors measure me clinically probably 8 times, and every single time I have still come out to be exactly 6 foot tall. I have run into many people who will tell me that when they ask me that, I'm like, and I tell them that I'm 6 foot tall, they tell me, no, that's not possible. You're like 6'4", 6'5", because I'm 6 foot tall. And every single time it's like, no you ain't, motherfucker, because I am exactly, medically, 6 foot tall. I have had doctors tell me over and over again, that's what it is. So you are 5'8", maybe 5'6", and you got short guy syndrome. And you probably what happened is that you told yourself, well, I'm 5'8", and 5'8" is basically 5'10". And then once you started believing that you were 5'10", you probably started telling yourself, well, 5'10" is basically 6 foot. And then you started telling everyone that you're 6 foot, at which point you eventually started believing that you were 6 foot. But no, I'm 6 foot. And if you're shorter than me, then you ain't 6 foot. What's a figure you'd love to own but don't want to buy? The Hasbro Unicron looks like a great display piece. I'd love to have that. I've had a problem of buying stuff that I don't have the money for lately, so I'm actually pretty good on the figures that I want but don't want to pay for. If I could have gone back, I would have done a few things differently. Right now, I'll say the only one I can think of that immediately comes to mind that I would want, don't want to pay for, don't own, would be the Hasbro Unicron. 3. Favorite show outside the Transformers? That is a fucking tough question. Gravity Falls was amazing. I love The Amazing World of Gumball. The Amazing World of Gumball is fantastic. Avatar: The Last Airbender is right up there. Avatar: The Last Airbender might be it. There are a lot of shows, there are a lot of cartoons that I really enjoyed. And yeah, I will say that it's probably down to between those 3. I love all those shows. No Poop Poopy! What kind of music do you like? I like basically everything. I don't like every song that I hear, but I like basically anything. I like basically songs from any genre. I have no problem with a single type of genre. I can find something I'll enjoy in probably every single type, but I wouldn't say that I have like a favorite genre necessarily. I had to come up with this on the spot because I didn't really have a question, and I just really wanted to shout out, well, no Poop Poopy, you got a shout out of it. My YouTube is Review and Stuff, the one with the red and blue guy in a suit. Bob Ux Jedi. Was the wall real in your 1K subspecial when you threw the book at it? Also happy anniversary. Thank you very much. And the wall was made out of real materials. It was made out of real drywall and real studs. But that was a wall I in fact built for the purpose of destroying. I hope that doesn't break any of your hearts, but I would not have been able to throw a book through an actual real wall because I wouldn't have been able to go to the other side and chop up the backside of it so that way it was ready to break. I would have thrown a regular book at it and it would probably just dented the wall. I hope that doesn't destroy your enjoyment of me smashing that wall. Pack Studios. Hi Perspective, what other series than the Transformers are you interested in? Like Star Wars or Marvel or etc. I'm interested in Marvel. I watch all the Marvel movies. I will say that the Marvel movies are very, very enjoyable. I like them a lot. Outside of Transformers, I just listed off several TV shows that I really like. Video game franchises, I listed all those games that I like. There are a lot of series that I'm interested in outside of the Transformers, but none that I have necessarily built my life around talking about. D&D, I'm really interested in D&D. I play a lot of D&D. That's like the one thing I do to take time off every single week, because every single week I play D&D for like 4 to 6 hours. And that's the one break I get, and then at the end of that very day, I will be back to editing videos. So there is a lot of stuff that I am interested in outside of Transformers, and that was all the questions. I'm finally through this giant stack. That took a very, very long time to get through. My voice is shot, and I hope you all enjoy it. It's going to be coming in several parts, and I'm going to have to put special ending segments on these because they are definitely going to have to be broken up, because this took hours. Oh, and before I get up and leave, thank you all for being here. Thank you for one amazing year on YouTube. It was more than I ever dreamed. Thank you for 4,000 subscribers. Thank you for everything. I would not be here without you guys. You are amazing, and you have made my dreams come true.
And I know you know what everyone else tells you to do at the end of these videos. So, if you liked what you saw here, please do that. And if you'd like to take it a step further, then please share this video with any friend you think may be interested. I hope you all enjoyed listening to me waste your time.